Hello everyone, welcome to ST Model Cars. In this video, I would like to show you this 1/18 scale Pontiac Trans Am GTA. This is the 1987 Daytona 500 pace car. This is made by Greenlight Collectibles. Price point on this, about $130 shipped in the US. As you see, this is a fully opening diecast. If you look at the rear hatch there, I propped it with the pointer because although it's opening, it wouldn't stay up by itself. So, for the purpose of the display, I propped the rear hatch, but you can see both the front door opens and the hood opens. So let me close everything so you can get a better look of this car here and the turntable with everything being closed. Back in college, I had a 1991 and 1992 Camaro, and my roommate actually had a red GTA. So we often convoy through town, and it was really fun. And I'm a big fan of this third generation F body cars by GM. So the Pontiac Firebird and the Chevy Camaro. Back to the model. So this is the kind of like the second release, I guess, by Greenlight on this third generation. And just for comparison, I brought this first release of the Trans Am GTA. This is the black car. This is an older release, and I'm gonna do a quick comparison between these two cars, just so you can see what has been improved on the new release. So first of all, let me get the turntable out of here so we have a little bit more space to take a look at these two cars. Okay, so here it is. Here they are, side by side. Again, the left one is the older release, the black car, and the later release is the red pace car. So they made some improvement on the newer car. The first thing that you notice is the opacity of the glass. Like if you look at the front glass there, you can see that the older car, it's not that clear, right? It looks like it's a little bit foggy there, and it's not because of age. When this car was new, it's always been like that. That's one of the things I noticed when I bought this car a few years ago. And if you look at the newer release, the window is much more clearer, right? It doesn't have that fogginess to it. So they did improve that. At a glance, the rest of the car looks familiar. Nothing drastically changed between these two models. But if you look at the rear glass, so let me kind of lift it side by side here. The old car, first of all, it still has that fogginess, has that haziness. The newer release, it's a lot more clearer, and they put the heating element there on the back window. Versus the old one is plain, right? It doesn't have that heating element. But the rest of them, again, taking a peek at the interior, I'm just gonna see if I can hold it side by side here. So here's the let me see. Here's the interior of the older release, full carpeted. This one is a beige interior. You can see there. And this is the newer car. This one has the gray interior, also fully carpeted. We'll take a closer look at that. But the build quality and everything on the interior, seems to be pretty identical. Okay. So I'll do a separate review of this older release, the black car. But right now, let's take a look at the red car, the newer release here. So again, this is the Daytona pace car. Supposedly the 1987, February 15, 1987 Daytona 500. So let's take a closer look at this GTA. So looking up front here, unfortunately the headlights doesn't pop open. Would be really cool if it does, right? You get this a turn signal here, the parking light / turn signal. This is just a decal, so it's not really lenses. This is just a decal. The fog light here, though, are separate lenses, right? As well as the side marker here. Okay, you can take a look a bit closer here. It says Motorsport Designs, underneath that side marker. Okay. Take a look at under the hood. So here's the 5.7 liter tune port injection. the 5.7 TPI. So it's a one, generation newer than the older throttle body, the TBI engine. Very temperamental engine. If you ever own this car with the TPI engine, you know what I'm talking about, temperamental. But the detail of the engine is quite good. It's a see-through engine. So it's actually not just the top part molded. Actually, the engine blocks and everything is molded as a separate piece. We can probably see that from underneath the car. But it's a real engine unit. So it's pretty neat that they do that, right? Details quite acceptable. You have all the fluid tanks here, brake cylinders, right? Valve cover here is pretty detailed, and you have the intake. So, and then you got some warning labels here as well. Okay, let me zoom this out a little bit. Looking at here, this is a side view of the Trans Am, right? I just love the look of this third generation car, just so cool. And here's taking a closer look. Here's the signature GTA wheels. Wheel turns. Not real. Suspension is don't really work, but at least the wheel turns. Again, really like this Colt GTA wheels. It's there really isn't brake details behind it, and that's kind of okay because it's kind of hard to see anyway from within the meshes, right? And if you look at underneath the car, here's the underneath the car. So this is what I'm talking about. It's a real engine block, right? You can see through that. So that's pretty neat. You see the transmission pan here, right? You see the front suspension and the steering details here. Okay, you got the exhaust there as a separate piece. Live axle on the back. You see the stabilizer link here. And you got the dual tailpipe coming out from that muffler. So it's pretty nice actually. And the undercarriage is not very complicated, but again, just like the real car. Okay. If you look at the front windshield here, you have the Pontiac decal, and just like in the other side I showed earlier, it says Daytona official pace car, February 15, 1987, and you have the slide here on the top of the roof. Okay. All right. So let's take a closer look at the interior. So fully carpeted, dual color, dual tone, gray and white, gray and black. I apologize. And here's some of the details on the interior. You do see this pocket here on the passenger side with the Pontiac logo. You see the AC fans, the HVAC. You see the sound system there, transmission shifter. It's a separate seat belt here. Unfortunately, it's not tucked in really neatly, but you do have a separate buckle and like a real like a fabric material seat belt, which is pretty nice. Here's the door panel. You have this kind of like this carpet material. I think it's trying to simulate like a fabric here, right? And it's pretty detailed actually. So, and you see the rear view mirror there, and that's pretty closely replicated to the real thing. So yeah, really like this the interior on this Trans Am. Okay, let's close the door here. Okay, if you open the hatch, you see a little bit of a detail, of the rear seat, right there, and the trunk is fully carpeted. Okay, and here's some of the details of the trunk, and they actually replicate the kind of like the mechanism of the hinge there, of the latch, sorry, right? If you look at the real car, this has that soft closing trunk, and it does look like this actually in the real car. I know it because I owned the real car before, so this is kind of nice walk down memory lane for me when I look at this car, although I had the Camaro. And unfortunately, the hatch doesn't stay open, so as soon as you let it go, it just closes, right? Get the NASCAR decal here on the back of the car, and you have a separate lenses for the rear side markers. Unfortunately, one of the downside is I think they should have made this, they should put like a tinted cover on this taillight, right? And because if you look at the real car, the whole thing is covered by like a tinted transparent panel, versus exposed completely like this. you know, but overall it still captures the shape of the car pretty well. You know, I wouldn't let that be a detractor, I guess, if you want to buy this car, but just I think it would be nice if they added that cover. Okay, so here's the side view again of the Trans Am from the other side, and let's take a look at the interior from the driver's side. So you get some light here. Okay. All right. So they actually they replicated the steering wheel pretty nice. If you look at the real GTA, you know, they have all the audio control on the steering wheel. You know, so that has been replicated here as well. You see the 2 pedals, and the gauges are actually printed, right? So you do see the tachometer there. You know, from this side again, you see there's a power window switch there in the middle, and you have the automatic transmission shifter. So yeah, overall, Greenlight does it pretty nice in the interior department. And if you look at the car closer, you know, you have the Firebird Gold logo here, right here on the pillar. Right. Let me zoom this out. Okay, yeah. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Glad to have this in the collection. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, feel free to post them in the comment section. Much appreciated if you can like the video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you enjoyed the review of this Pontiac Trans Am GTA pace car. I will see you in my next video, and thanks for watching.